Yes, yes, yes. It's the Raphael Dawkins with the Combat Radio. And today we're looking at, or we asked the question, PBC heavyweights, are they in trouble? Are they in big, big trouble? That is the question. Okay, so this weekend we saw Adam Kownacki get knocked out. TKO, call it what you will. Could not continue. He was all over the place. Referee stepped in to save his ass. So, as we know, Adam Kownacki was being lined up for Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. He was a prospective fighter. They were talking about him being next. One of the next fighters for Deontay Wilder. But he got took out. He got taken out by the Finn. What do you call him? The Viking? The Viking something. Yeah, got took out by the Finnish Hellenius. So that's one PBC guy down. Okay. Literally and figuratively. Okay. Let's not laugh at the moment like this. Okay. Let's move over to PBC guy number 2. Andreas the Ponce Ruiz Jr. Okay, we found out that he had a eating disorder. He was on a seafood diet. Anything he sees, he eats. And that didn't help him when he went into the second fight with Joshua over there in Saudi Arabia, Daria. He got thoroughly outschooled. He got schooled in the principles and the arts of boxing over there in Daria. Apparently, the narrative is that he didn't train properly for the fight, but interestingly, reports have it that he turned up to Saudi Arabia on weight. He was light and live, relatively, for Andy anyway. But those 3 weeks, acclimatization weeks in Saudi Arabia, saw his weight balloon. Lucky he didn't float off. Michael Hunter said he was training with him and he was svelte. But the 3 weeks in Saudi Arabia with the seafood diet saw him balloon up to astronomical weight. Astronomical weight. What was he, 273? The same weight as Tyson? Like about half a foot, 6 inches shorter? Well, probably about 12 inches wider. Damn. So that was PBC guy number 2. Took himself out of the mix with his eating disorder. Okay, so where are we going now? PBC guy number 1, the principal. He was supposed to be, Andreas the Ponce Ruiz was another one of his prospective fighters, but when Andreas the Ponce Ruiz got taken out of the mix by Anthony Joshua, that left PBC in a little bit of a fix. So that's 2 guys that were lined up to fight Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder being taken out. One by Robert Hellenius, the other by the unified champion Anthony Oluwafemi Olansi Joshua. And here we see PBC guy number 1, PBC heavyweight number 1 being dispatched, being taken to school and taught a lesson by floppy-gloved Tyson Fury. So, now, where the hell do PBC heavyweights go? They have been, their top ranks have been decimated by the likes of Joshua. Joshua took out Ruiz. Taken out by Hellenius. And Deontay Wilder taken out by the Gypsy King. And that begs the question, where does that leave the PBC heavyweights? in the heavyweight mix in the picture. Where do they go from here? Have their ranks been decimated with losses? Adam Kownacki was supposed to be an easy touch. Easy touch for Deontay Wilder with his lack of defense. With his face first defense. Andreas the Punch Ruiz. He was going to be a tougher opponent. I didn't fancy Deontay Wilder's chances against Ruiz. I was very, very surprised that that conversation was even going on. I was very surprised because I don't think Ruiz would be easy to knock out, although we saw Joshua drop him in the first fight, so he can be dropped. And if Joshua were more patient, perhaps he would have taken him out. But Ruiz has never been taken out. And he likes to come forward. And I've always maintained that any fighter, any high-level skill fighter who steps on Deontay Wilder's toes, who steps to him, that's going to present Deontay Wilder with some problems. And we saw Tyson Fury do just that. And Deontay Wilder was at 6s and 7s. Didn't know whether it was coming or going. Didn't know whether he needed a toilet break or a haircut. He really didn't know what time it was. And so that validated my thought, my opinion, my belief that if you stay on Deontay Wilder's toes, and you're a top echelon, high echelon boxer, you will have him at 6s and 7s. He won't know whether it's coming or going. So the question is, are the PBC heavyweights in trouble? In disarray? And where do they go from here? It's rebuilding time over at PBC for the heavyweights. I don't see no clear way. First of all, of course, Deontay Wilder's got to beat the Gypsy King. But if he does, which I find highly unlikely, highly unlikely, but let's say best case scenario he does that. Where does he go from there? Because he doesn't show any interest in fighting the unified champ. I've done videos before where he says it's not even about the belts no more. It's about the Mo 9. And of course he's insisting on 50%, but is he 50%? Does he bring 50% to the table? Because if you don't bring 50%, you shouldn't be asking for 50%. So where does he go? If he wins, it's likely he's not going to play ball with Joshua. And if he loses, then his next two competitors have been taken out. So where do the PBC heavyweights go from here? That's the question. What say you? It's the Raphael Dawkins, it's the Combat Radio, it's the like, it's the subscribe, it's the comments, it's the shares. And it is PBC trying to get up off the ground. I say for Deontay Wilder, he should go ahead and face Dillian Whyte, but will he have the heart? Will he have the heart? I think win or lose. He should go see Whyte, Dillian Whyte, because I think it's hurt his credibility immensely, immeasurably. The fact that it's become clear or apparent, or it seems evident, that he has avoided his number one ranked opponent in the form of Dillian Whyte. And he begs the question, has he done that because he knows what happens when a high caliber young banger steps on his toes, steps to him, and walks him down? He's got no lateral movement. He just walks straight back with his head up in the air like a cockerel. Head up in the air. Now you're done. So what say you? It's the Raphael Dawkins, it's the Combat Radio, it's the like, it's the subscribe, it's the comments, it's the shares. And it's the hitting the bell icon. And it's looking out for Boxing Talk with Rafi, Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 p.m. UK time. And it's to follow me on Twitter. Where do PBC go from here? Heavyweight division. Trafal Dawkins, it's Combat Radio, and I'm out.